Hi there, friends. I'm bringing you an update on the Constance Marten trial. So, if you guys were following me back when this occurred, you will remember Constance Marten and her partner, Mark Gordon, went on the run with their baby that she gave birth to in a car. Constance Marten and Mark Gordon went on the run, and this sparked a huge manhunt. And the reason that they went on the run is because previously their children that they had before had been taken into care by social services. Now, Mark Gordon has a history of SA in Florida, and he was actually given a very long sentence for that. And then, after he had completed his time in jail, he then was sent back to the UK. So he was considered a danger. So we know that the car burnt out, but there was traces that Constance had given birth in the car, and then they went on the run, and this was in the winter. It was cold. They went and purchased a tent. They were sleeping outside. They were sleeping rough, and if you know that newborn babies need to be kept warm, fed, and dried. And obviously, nobody would know if this was even happening, what the condition of the baby was, or if Constance even needed medical attention. So, as a result of them being on the run, which we can say social services did the right thing, removing their other children, the baby girl had died. And after that, they went on the run. So it came on the news that they had arrested Constance and Mark Gordon, but they didn't have the baby, and they refused to tell the police where this baby was. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting, and I hope they get the book thrown at them. I mean, social services had made the right decision in this to take those other kids from them. So Mark Gordon and Constance Marten, they went and travelled across the UK, and they had been transported via cars and taxis, and they kept the newborn baby hidden in Constance's coat, and you can there was that big picture of her wearing the red, and the baby was in this coat. However, the baby died, and when they found the baby, this baby was wrapped up inside a carrier bag, a little carrier bag, saying "bag for life." They found this poor baby in a little bag for life when they went and searched in the areas they believed that they had been staying in. Now, her and Gordon had set up camp at the South Downs without any proper clothing, equipment, or food, meaning essentially this baby never had a chance at the beginning. It's not a clean environment. It was very cold. The temperatures dropped overnight. It was wet. This baby stood no chance. So the prosecution then said that they left this poor infant in the unlocked shed inside a shopping bag covered in rubbish, as if she was just there as refuge. The prosecution said that the defendants were selfish, and they had selfish desires to keep her, and didn't actually put the baby's needs first, and this baby's death was completely unavoidable. They say that this baby would still be alive if it wasn't for their selfishness, their callousness, their cruelness, and their arrogant and ultimately grossly negligent conduct around having this baby. They both deny manslaughter because obviously they were never going to admit to guilty. Um, so the couple both deny manslaughter of their daughter by gross negligence from between the 4th of January and the 27th of January. So if you know the UK, you know it's really cold. They are also charged with perverting the course of justice, concealing the birth of a child cruelty, and causing or allowing the death of a child. Also, they didn't register the birth. So, that's illegal in itself. Now, the defendants, they say, had put their relationship before their daughter's life. Opening the trial today, the prosecution had said that, and that they decided in the middle of the cold winter, in obviously dangerous conditions, that they would deprive this baby of what she needed, which was warmth, dry area, and scarcely food. They decided in the middle of the cold winter and in a cruel, obvious, dangerous situation with the weather that they would deprive this baby of what she needed, which was warmth, shelter, food, and ultimately safety. They provided none of that. They essentially went off the grid and they lived in a tent with hardly any clothes, no means of keeping and remaining warm or keeping Victoria, as they named her, warm. The selfish desire of them to keep this baby has led to this baby's death. They went and remained on the run. They, everything from the very beginning is just is insane to me. You give birth, you need help and assistance. You need to be checked. You need to make sure that you're medically well. And they didn't do any of that. They didn't even make sure that the baby was medically well. Nothing. It's just a horrible case. And the thing is, because they didn't register the birth, they broke that law, and they didn't register the birth because they were moving from place to place. And of course, if they registered the baby's birth, that would then ping, oh, this is where they are right now. And I'm shocked that they managed to get around in a taxi and stuff when they were missing, but somehow they did. And sadly, after Victoria had died, the parents didn't hand themselves in. They continued on the run. They tried living off the grid still, and they just left that poor baby in that little bag, covered in rubbish like she was nothing, just disused, um, unwanted. So they went through all of this to leave their baby in a shed or under rubbish. It's horrible. Now, Constance comes from a loving and wealthy family, and she's had a good upbringing. Her parents were concerned. They spent £475 on a taxi from London to New Haven in East Sussex on the 8th of January. She's not had a deprived upbringing. She's had access to everything she needs, and yet she still managed to do this. So we are following this trial, of course, because we followed it from the beginning and we're going to see it through to the end. Obviously, we don't see the trials, we just get the updates. So every day we get the updates on this, you will get them too. So don't miss out on those. Drop me a follow and then you won't miss them or any other cases that I am talking about. That is it from me, guys. Bye for now.